Hey everyone, Jason here. Welcome back to the layout. It's January 2020. It hasn't been that long since my last layout update, but I have bought a few new things and I've made some progress in the basement of my new house, and I also took a trip to Stockyard Express here recently, which I documented with the video camera. So first thing we're going to do is get in the car and take a trip to Stockyard Express in Oberlin, Ohio. I'm going to pick up a few things and do a quick walk around to the store. So hope you enjoy that, and let's move over to that video. Alright, hey everyone. So today we're doing something that I haven't done for probably 2 years. I'm taking a trip to Stockyard Express, which is the train store that I buy most of my trains from. Stockyard Express is located in Oberlin, Ohio, which is about an hour outside of downtown Cleveland, about 30 minutes from where my parents' house is, which is where my layout's built, and it's about 2 hours away from my house in Detroit, where I'm starting to build my new layout. So I thought it'd be fun to take the camera in today because I've got a train that I need to drop off for repair, and I also have a new one that I'm planning to pick up, which should be exciting. So I thought I'd take the camera, show you guys around the store, because last time I took the camera and showed you around, everyone really enjoyed it. It's a really impressive store. It's one of the biggest in the country, and yeah, great customer service there. Really impressive store. So we should be there here in just a few minutes. All right, so here we are pulling up to Stockyard Express. I just turned off of Baumhart Road and onto Plate Road, and it really looks like you're in the middle of nowhere and that you're just turning onto a farm property, but that's Stockyard Express right there. It really is located on a farm property, dairy farm actually. So if you think you're lost, well, you're not. Here it is.
I guess I'm done.
Oh. Yeah, you signed it. I see your signature. Get your receipt. You want a bag for this?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
This wall is all MTH, Premier, and Rail King, all engines. Here's my trains that I'm picking up today. It's a New York Central ABBA, the black and gray.
Thank you very much.
Real excited about this set.
Oh, you too, sir. Thanks.
And this is just the first room of the store.
Loving this weather.
A lot of accessories,
I know something.
cars and vehicles,
Oh, yeah.
people,
Yeah.
MTH parts, DCS parts, AIUs, TIUs, some Lionel over here, and now we walk into the second room, even bigger than the first room. We have entire freight and passenger sets, a lot of Polar Express. More Lionel back here, some Rail King, buildings up on the ceiling. Here's their layout. It just goes on and on in here. Pretty overwhelming if it's your first time in the store. Got some Atlas, more Lionel. This is an entire wall of cabooses. More trains over here. If you go back this way, got 2 walls full of Rail King. More Premier. passenger cars. Pretty incredible inventory. We go back towards the main entrance. MTH buildings. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that walk around tour of Stockyard Express, and now I'm going to show you what I picked up while I was at the store and show you a few of the other things I bought here recently, so let's check that out. Okay, so here's the set that I picked up from Stockyard Express. It's a New York Central F7 ABBA set made by MTH, equipped with Proto 3. I did buy all of the available units that MTH was offering. Back in the day, MTH would sell ABA sets, and then you could buy the optional B unit if you wanted to. Now they're selling everything individually, so I had to make sure that I got both A units and both B units. The nice thing is both A units are powered and are equipped with sound. I can run them individually. I could run them as individual A units, as one of them could be just the A unit running around while the other one has the B units. It's more options for running that way, but I'll probably continue to run them as an ABBA setup. I actually saw one of the A units on display at York back in the fall. It was on display at the MTH booth, and throughout the couple days that I was there, I kept walking by again and again and looking at it and really admiring the way it looked, and the black and gray looked really sharp. And so I went up to Clyde at his booth at Stockyard Express and said, "Hey, do you think you can get a hold of one of these ABBA sets? I'd really like one." And he was able to save one more for me, because from what I understand, these are all sold out, and good luck finding one. I think they all sold pretty quickly, and for good reason. They're really sharp. I love the black and gray, and it's kind of one of those staples of a layout. You know, when I was growing up watching all these guys with big collections and nice layouts, they all have New York Central Hudsons and Santa Fe War Bonnets, and there always seems to be a set of those New York Central F units. So I'm really glad I picked these up. They look really good running around the layout with all of my other New York Central equipment. I might do a full review on this. I mean, I like the set that much. But we'll see if I have time to do that. But I'll include a good amount of footage of it running around the layout here in just a little bit. Here's an item I was really happy to add to the layout. This is an Atlas O Indiana Harbor Belt steel coil car. And the Indiana Harbor Belt is a railroad that operates in northwest Indiana and the Chicago area, serving the steel mills in that region. And I happen to work for one of those large steel mills, and I see these things going in and out of our mills all the time. I even see them out here in Michigan and Ohio on the Norfolk Southern line too. And this is the second time Atlas has released this car. I missed them the first time around and wasn't able to get a hold of one. And I didn't order one the second time either. And I just happened to be on eBay a few weeks back and I saw one pop up, so I decided not to let the opportunity go by this time, and I picked it up. Just like all the other coil cars on my layout, the top does come off and there's a couple plastic steel coils inside. So really happy that I finally was able to snag one of these. Here's a new Atlas 89-foot flat car that I just added. I picked this up from P&D Hobbies up in the Detroit area where I live. It's just an 89-foot flat car. It doesn't come with trailers on it, but it is die cast, and I did already own another one. I actually have had the brown one over there for a really long time. And I wanted to add a second one, in particular because I really wanted to make a intermodal container that spans both flat cars, as you see on the Triple Crown trailer to the left. This is really hard to do in O gauge. Even with my 072 curves, the trailer spanning between the two flat cars, it kind of moves around a little bit, isn't very stable. So I did have to do a little bit of modifying to the trailer and the car itself just to kind of better hold it in place. But sure enough, this thing's going around the layout on 072 curves, and it's not falling off, and it's not bumping into any trains, and it's a great piece of rolling stock in general from Atlas. I've always said for years now that I think Atlas makes the best freight cars compared to anyone. They all have rotating bearing caps, most of them are die cast, the detail is second to none, and this is no exception. I just wish that Atlas could make more stuff. Their product offerings are pretty slim, so when they do make something I like, I try to pick it up as quickly as possible, and I'm certainly glad I grabbed this new car. Okay, so next, a really quick walkthrough of my new basement that I'm in the process of finishing. I've been hard at work getting that together, so let's just take a really quick look at what's been going on over there. So here's a look at the latest basement progress. I recently finished installing the foamular board along the concrete wall. I used 1-inch thick foamular board that I picked up from Home Depot. These come in 4x8 sheets, so I just had to cut them to length and cut them around the windows and all the other little obstacles along the wall and the ceiling. It's kind of like putting together a big puzzle. So now that this is done, now I can move on to framing. And hey, look, just like that, there's suddenly some framing up. I have this wall framed and this whole back wall framed to that corner. So a couple good buddies from the Detroit 3 Railers helped me with this. Can't thank them enough. I would never have gotten this done, certainly not this quickly without them. So big thanks to them. Charlie and Mark, thank you a million times. Still got to go this way against that back wall, and then finally we'll frame off the laundry room. So making some good progress. So one more thing that just came out here recently, the new Lionel 2020 catalog was released, and some pretty cool offerings in here. I was kind of taken aback by how many pages are dedicated to the Southern Pacific GS offerings. I run MTH engines on my layout. It's nothing against Lionel, that's just what I started with and that's what I've stuck with. As far as engines go, I have a lot of Lionel freight cars on this layout, and Lionel accessories too. So looking through here, the one thing that caught my attention were the rotary coal cars. They have some on this page here, and then they have another set on, looks like page 80 here. And so I'm debating picking up a set of those. I've wanted a unit train, a coal car unit train on my layout for a long time. I'm just trying to decide if I do all of the Norfolk Southern offerings, because I could get 20 Norfolk Southern coal cars if I wanted to, or maybe I'll go the route of getting the PPLX and the DETX coal cars. That way it would look a little more prototypical if I wanted my Union Pacific trains to pull a coal train, or if I wanted my BNSF engines to pull a coal train, because you really wouldn't see those engines pulling Norfolk Southern coal cars very often in the real world. So that's what I'm trying to decide right now, but this is a pretty thick book, a lot of offerings in here, so that's what caught my eye. Alright, so that about does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of Stockyard Express. I hope you liked the stuff that was added to the layout, my brief review of the Lionel catalog, and the update on my basement. I'm going to continue working really hard, trying to finish that basement so I can start building a layout as soon as possible. And I'll keep you guys updated on that progress. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of money. If I had just an endless supply of money, I would get it done much quicker, I'm sure, but you have to pace yourselves with projects like that. So going to keep working hard on that, and I'll finish this video like I usually do with footage of the trains running. And feel free to ask questions in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer. I'll include my email in the description as well. And again, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate all your support, and I'll see you next time.